Okay, this is take, I don't know, 45, because I either don't have the camera set up right, or I make a mistake in my weaving, or something happens. So I have just started the last repeat of this project, and I can easily tell where I am at any point in the game, because these 2 bits of blue were the last pattern picks, and then I have to make 8 repeats of what's called plain weave. In other words, not pattern. And so I can just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reds means I've still got 3 more to go, and then I get to weave a pattern pick. So I want to try and take you up through that. Hopefully this time I won't make any mistakes. So I've got 4 shafts on the loom raised, and these are the colors of the dark side of the project. I put my shuttle through. I check to make sure that my black heavy weft selvage looks really good. And my heavy weft is at least 10 times bigger than my skinny weft, which is this burgundy. The heavy weft is what makes the little ridges in the rep weave pattern. So I place them through and beat in place. And then I raise the opposite shafts. And normally on my loom, I don't have to spend time manually pushing shafts down, but for whatever reason, my loom does not like this pattern very much. And it has forced me to slow down and pay close attention to what I'm doing, which is good for me, because normally I just kind of zip through like I zip through everything. So right now the bright side colors are up, and I put my skinny weft through, and again, check and make sure that my selvages are good. The good thing about slowing down is, and taking care, taking time to check that the right shafts are up and down, is that I can spot a mistake really, really quickly. And that is to the good, because when I'm zooming through, I don't pay enough attention to my selvages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is heavy weft pick 7 of 8. Check it, beat it, go on to the next pick. And of course, I'm looking at the dark side as the main side, as the upward facing slide. But when this comes off the loom, you see the other side, and of course the opposite is happening. So the shafts are always ever up or down. There's no in between. The shaft that's up means that the weft thread will go under it, and that's why you see the exact reverse on the opposite side of the weaving, which is just one of the many things that is making this runner so absolutely gorgeous. I almost can't wait to take it off the loom and see how everything looks from the bright side. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have just finished the 8 repeats of plain weave. Now I'm going to introduce the first pick of a pattern, the pattern colors. And on this one, this burnt orange and this turquoise blue have risen to the top, whereas before they were on the bright side. And now they're going to make those little blips of color. And then I do their opposites, push down the shafts, make sure everybody's in the right place. And I do one more blip of this pattern, the pattern colors. And you can see already that the fat weft has changed these bits of burnt orange, turquoise burnt orange, into much fatter. They're much more visible when they go over the heavy weft. Okay, one more shaft needs to go down. There we go. Okay, and now I go back to the plain weave. Whoopsie, that happens a lot. And this time I just do 2 repeats of the plain weave. And again, thanks to the very distinctive colors in this runner, it's really easy to tell where I'm at in the pattern. Okay, so we've got 2 and 2 red. And now I do the next series of blips. And this time, the tiger orange and these stripes of the color called Red Hot are coming up to the top. And they're breaking with the very repeatable the background. Blah, 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 blah. And one of the most interesting things about rep weave is that the fat weft is really more decorative than structural. It's the fine weft that holds the whole piece together and makes it into a stable cloth. The fat weft also has the added advantage of showing up as these pretty little loops at the edge, which I personally really like. And I have taken some pains to make these loops the same size every time so that my weaving doesn't look sloppy. Selvages are usually where you can tell how skilled or not the weaver is. Selvages and, you know, counting mistakes. So now we can see the tiger orange coming in and the red hot that breaks with the plain weave. And of course, this whole weaving has wonderful variations where you suddenly see something that really stands out. So there's a huge difference between the tiger orange and this sort of dull purple. And there's very little difference between the red hot and this background color. But it adds so much interest. So people will see this runner and not really take in what's going on until they get a little closer and take a closer look at it.